Dan to Dan, Season 2, Episode 5. It starts with everyone at the shrine, and they have Taro laid out, and Seiko is chanting to try and cleanse evil eye from Gigi. The chant finishes, and the fire goes out, and they open up Taro's face, and evil eye is still there, and they close it, and then they start the fire up again and chant harder. Mantis Shrimp is now sleeping, and Chiquichita is bored, but Taro starts to vibrate, and the fire goes out again. And then they open Taro's face, and Evil Eye is like, nope, still here, fuckers. Everyone is back at Seiko's place, and I mean everyone. Ira and Hana too. And they are all eating oden. And Ira is like, man, why didn't you guys call me for help? Since I am the leader. And Momo is like, you didn't fucking help, so you don't get to eat. And then they all start arguing. Seiko asks Manjiro what happened with the Roken sect. But he says he hasn't contacted them in a while, so he doesn't know. And then Mantis Shrimp is happy with his son, who is drinking milk out of a sippy cup in a kid's chair. That was like my favorite scene, by the way.
So cute.
Ira is like, Mantis Shrimp, I thought I told you never to come back to Earth. But he said he was thankful for the cow, but it didn't produce any milk, so he had to come back to Earth to get some more milk. He then says his planet is like underwater, so it's really tough to milk the cow, and the watery substance on their planet sends oxygen straight to their lungs, and Chiquichita has to drink milk all the time or he'll die, so they decided to live on Earth.
I don't understand what he would die from, but I'm here for it. We're saving the kids.
It's like his blood. He can't produce his own blood, so he has to drink
Yeah,
milk.
that's what he was saying, but at some point he's going to have to be able to produce his own blood, right?
No, he just drinks milk.
Okay.
He's going to have strong bones. That's all I know.
Those bones going to be fucking ridiculous. Also, that's fake, by the way, if you didn't know. Just wanted to clarify that. Milk doesn't build strong bones.
Milk builds strong Chiquichitas.
Okay, that's fine. Sure.
Okay. Okarun is like, holy shit, sending oxygen straight to the lungs. Tell me more. And then Ida is smothering Chiquichita because he is so cute. The chaos is broken by Seiko and Manjiro talking, and she says all those dudes are too old. And Manjiro says he can't arrange a Hayashi performance right now. And Seiko is like, damn. Well, sucks for you, Gigi, but you'll be alive. Manjiro asks Seiko, even with a Hayashi performance, would we be able to fully exorcise Evil Eye? And that it would be one thing if it was just Evil Eye. But Gigi's spiritual power is too strong, so I don't know if we can separate them, and even if they could, Gigi might be left with some lasting effects. Taro starts to eat the food, and it's like, damn, this shit's hot. And Seiko is like, man, Taro, stop wasting food. But Gigi starts talking, and he's like, where the hell am I? It's so dark. I don't know where I am.
Also, he has eye holes in Taro's. They show it right here.
I know.
In the screenshot.
Gigi's being Gigi.
He's being absurd, and
Yeah.
he's just so fucking great. I love him.
Seiko is like, wait, evil spirits use people's voices to trick you, and we can't release the seal yet. And she tells Taro to open his face. Taro does, and Gigi is just making a stupid face, but then is like, I was so worried about you guys. I'm glad you're okay. And Seiko, you're here too. You're as hot as ever. And Seiko was like, yep, it's Gigi.
It's like, I mean, I got the shirt on to prove that Gigi's fucking right, dog. God damn. Gigi is like, God, Granny Seiko, if I wasn't in this suit of armor, the things I would do to you. And she's like, yeah, I mean, that's him. That's him, all right.
Gigi's like, yeah, I would slurp and glurp and then raw chicken.
Yep. And then the grandma in the room is like, yeah, sounds good. That sounds about right. All right, let him out.
Seiko has Momo get some cold water, and she splashes it on Gigi, and he turns into Evil Eye, and he's like, I'll fucking kill all you, and starts to cast his Evil Eye, but then Seiko splashes him with some hot oden, and he turns back into Gigi. They figure out the hot and cold is what causes Gigi to change into Evil Eye.
I wonder if we've seen a show like this.
Have we?
Maybe, somewhere. Anyways.
Is it the summer Hikaru died?
Yeah, that's definitely it.
Got it. Nice.
It's a great segue.
And then Momo takes Taro's head off of Gigi, and Gigi starts making dumb faces and singing a weird song. And then Momo throws Taro's head, and Taro is like, man, what was that for? I'm the one feeling all the pain. And when am I getting my body back? I can't do stuff with Hana, if you know what I mean. Seiko is like, man, first off, your curfew is 10 p.m. And second, I don't want Hana to see some weird guy late at night. And Taro is like, 10 is too early. Seiko apologizes to Gigi, Okarun, and Momo, and says she wouldn't have sent them there alone if she knew Evil Eye was there. And she bows and apologizes, and they're like, nah, man, don't do that.
I mean, the kids are like, what? She's never done that. And also, we've never seen that from her as well. So her being a part of this is obviously like, Evil Eye is fucking crazy powerful.
Yeah, like this was a serious situation, and she's acknowledging that they had to go through it.
She nearly killed the kids. This is like Turbo Granny. They were like, you guys kind of fucked up and you guys are kind of stupid. But like Turbo Granny is like C tier and Evil Eye is like S tier.
Turbo Granny sits down and is like, you guys really think you can control Evil Eye? Evil Eye is a mountain spirit, and mountain spirits are god level. She says that if a normal human gets possessed by one, they just die instantly, which is why mountain spirits go after people with high spiritual energy, and Gigi is the ultimate vessel. She continues and says Evil Eye right now is like a newborn babe, and they happen to escape from danger for now, but he'll eventually get stronger, and they won't be able to hold him back. Seiko tells Gigi not to be alone, and Manjiro will watch over him too, and to not leave Kamigoe City until they perform the exorcism. And the barrier in Taro won't last for long because spirits at Evil Eye's level can form a resistance to barriers. Seiko hands out thermoses with hot water and tells everyone to have one on them at all times. And Gigi needs to be careful when washing his hands or taking a shower or drinking water or rainy days because any cold water will cause him to transform.
It rained in Reno today, and I was like, damn, Gigi would have kicked this town in half. That'd have sucked.
Either that or he would have visited the nightclub and got down in his underwear.
That'd have been sick too, but I wasn't DJing today, so.
Either that or he can make a soul house and then you can DJ inside the house.
And then play house music inside the soul house?
And then he'll just kick a soccer ball at you.
Yeah, and this house is made of house. House happens in this house.
They all leave, and Momo asks where Mantis Shrimp is going to live, and he said he decided to be a live-in worker at a dairy farm nearby, arranged by Seiko. Okarun is like, dude, how does your UFO fly? Is it anti-gravity? And he says something inaudible, and Okarun is like, shit. Momo asks Mantis Shrimp what his name is, and he says in human pronunciation, it's Peeny Weeny. And then they return to their spaceship and blast off, then just turn around like a mile away and land.
I audibly chuckled. I was like, Peeny Weeny. Oh, I'm such a fucking man-child. And then they blast off, and I was like, I thought he said he lived like a mile away, and then
It just turns around, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck, guys? Come on. So good.
Cuts to Manjiro, Seiko, Gigi, Taro, Momo, and Okarun in a van going to visit Gigi's parents in the hospital. And Gigi is like, Taro, you put your clothes on backwards. And Taro is like, I like being naked. And then Seiko asks Momo and Okarun if they have their thermoses. And they're like, yup. And then Momo puts her hand down and Okarun and Momo touch pinkies. And it gets awkward since Okarun pulled away and apologized. Momo is like, put your hand back down, bitch. And then she snakes her pinky back to his, and they pass through a tunnel, and Momo goes for the full handhold.
She plays with his hand, though. She's like dancing her fingers across that motherfucker. She was like, here, I'm going to reach over. Got the little touchy touch, right, with the two fingers. And she's like, oh, he's ready. He's juice ready for this. And she's like, boop, 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 boop.
Oh, yeah. Then she's like, slurp, glurp.
Yeah. It is adorable watching him squirm, though, because he doesn't move nearly at all. He's just like, Miss Ayase, what are you doing? What's going on? And he's like, I'm so ready for this.
She's like, I'm not holding your hand. Not holding your hand. Check this out. Does like a backflip with her hand. She's like,
Yeah.
Still not holding it.
Yeah.
But then she does.
Fucking adorable.
Then
Oh
she
my
does.
God.
She goes for the full handhold. Okarun is like, Momo, what are you doing? And she's like, I haven't done anything yet. And Okarun is like, man, I don't know the rules to this game. I'm just a neophyte. They come out of the tunnel, and Momo is squeezing Okarun's hand. And then Gigi is like, fucking Momo! And then he's like, Momo, Taro isn't listening to me. Make him listen. And Okarun and Momo jerk their hands back to their own bodies. Taro is like, I move how I want. And then Momo is like, hey, shouldn't we get a present for Gigi's parents? And Manjiro says there's a supermarket on the way. And then it shows a shot of Seiko, who had a full view of the whole hand holding from the front seat. She knows.
She knows. She understands spiritual pressure, and the spiritual pressure collecting
inside of Okarun's pants is massive. Is that what you're going to say?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But I know exactly where you were going, and I realized, like, as soon as the spiritual pressure left my mouth, I was like, this is going bad. Yeah.
Do you remember holding hands for the first time?
I do, and I remember. Yeah. I remember. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a beautiful moment had by all. And that's how the show started. Greg and I caressed each other's hands, and we're like, we're going to make a show together one day about anime. And Greg was like, don't lie to me.
Yeah, we were actually just in school, and we had our tech decks, and we were doing kick flips.
Dude, it was so sick.
And then the kick flips hit each other, then we held hands, and then I put my hand inside of him.
Yeah, anyways. Just fucking...
All right. All right, here we go. They get to the hospital, and Gigi and his parents are hugging each other, and Momo and Okarun and Taro are hiding in the back. And they're like, Taro, you can move your body to match the mood. And he does some weird dance. And then on the TV, it shows the volcano eruption, but there were no casualties. It cuts to other news, and the Kito family has been arrested with charges of murder and illegal confinement. But leader lady, Naki Kito, is still on the run. Then I have a note here. It shows the Kito family on TV, and it looks like their skin is all cracking and stuff.
Yeah, they're not doing great.
Cuts to Naki, and her arm is still broken from fighting Evil Eye, and she's evading police, very similar to Yoshiki in the mountains. And she said she spent 200 years growing the worm that big. And then her broken arm gets caught on a branch, and then she gets mad and wrestles a tree out of the ground. A couple things on this scene. So Okarun, in his magazine, originally said that the Mongolian deathworm only gets to around 1.5 meters long. And he's like, I've never seen one this big. And then now we see why it was that big. It's because it's being fed people for 200 years. So that's why the worm is so big. Mm-hmm. Also, in the scene where she gets her arm caught on the branch, I thought she was going to just rip her own arm off.
Yeah, I thought so too. I forgot that Evil Eye had broken her arm. And I was like, dude, I thought she was just deteriorating. And then when they do the next scene, I was like, oh, fuck. All of this was like really like put it in perspective of how strong they are. I thought they'd be gone. I didn't even care about what happened to them at this point. I thought they would just deteriorate and turn into dust. But now we've got another thread that we can really watch pay off and be exciting.
She then takes off her wig to expose horns and then sheds her human disguise and says she's going to get revenge on Momo. And it's revealed that she's some subterranean alien thing, and she says she's made enemies with all of them. Cuts back to a normal day, and Momo yells at Okarun across the street and wants to walk to school with him. Okarun asks how Gigi is doing, and she says not good, and Evil Eye is getting used to the barrier. And Okarun asks when they'll be able to do the exorcism, and Momo says she doesn't know, and that it isn't a normal exorcism. And Momo is like, you know those Hayashi performances at festivals? And then it cuts to one, and then 4 alien dudes that look like the dudes from episode 1 are in the background playing the instruments. And it cuts back and says they want to do one of those to entertain Evil Eye so it's easier to pull him out, but no one is willing to do the performance. Okarun is like, well, that sucks. So when Evil Eye breaks the barrier, we have to fight him again. And Momo is like, yeah, but I want to ask you something. And then Momo's friends come and jump Okarun and are like, hey, where's Gigi? And Muko tells Okarun to give Momo back to them. Miko is like, hey, did you see that volcano erupt? That was nuts. And she's like, there was a UFO sighting too. And Momo is like, hey, where's the giant earthworm? And Miko is like, what? They walk to school, and Muko is like, Momo, why don't you get a smartphone so I can call you? and she says Seiko buys uniforms for her, but won't buy a phone. Cuts to Ida at her class of 2D, and she's no longer popular, and the students don't care about her anymore, ever since she admitted to faking the rumor about Momo. But then Momo rolls up, and it's like, hey, yo, let's go talk. And all the students are like, what? Ida is like, fuck you, Momo. Being around you tanks my popularity. But then is like, oh, Okarun, I'm so glad you spoke to me, so what do you want? Momo says that she wants both Okarun and Ida to sleep over at her house because of the whole Gigi situation, and Seiko can't watch him 24/7. And Manjiro is helping too, but she wants them to get rest sometime. Okarun is like, oh no. There's nothing else we can do. Oh, I guess I have to spend the night at Momo's house. And Ida is like, oh man, this is the pits. And Momo's like, you don't have to decide now. And they're both like, fuck yeah, sleep over. Let's go.
I can't wait. This is gonna be sick. Wait, I mean, I guess I will.
Momo's like, how about tonight? And they're like, okay. And then Momo is like, hey, if you have beef with your friends because of the whole situation, then don't worry about it. And Ida is like, no, it's all my fault anyway.
She's grown up, dude. She's evolving as a character. She's taking accountability for her own bullshit, even though she makes fun of Momo and is like trying to be cool.
She is the leader of the group, so it is a leader's responsibility.
Yeah, and they didn't even call her up. How dare they?
Cuts to Gigi, and Seiko and Gigi is like, oh no, the arm fell off, and there's smoke coming out of the fucking Taro's arm. And Gigi's like, Seiko, what do I do? And Seiko looks at the talismans, and they are being consumed. And she tells Taro that he can release himself from Gigi. And Gigi has to be extra careful about water from here on out. Momo and Okarun show up, and Gigi is like, my boy, I've missed you. Then Ida shows up too, and is like, this is the pits. And Gigi is like, oh, Ida, you a cutie, and just like sings and dances around her.
Also, she's wearing like some fucking luxurious ass shit. She's like showed up. She's like, I'm going to pose in front of this door. So when I open the door, everybody knows how fucking cool I am. So
yeah.
I love Ira. I think she's great.
Seiko is like, everyone carry a thermos. And Turbo Granny keeps trying to get Momo's attention, but she isn't paying attention to her. They all sit down to eat okonomiyaki. And Momo is like, what toner do you use? And Ida is like, SKK Gold Experience. And Momo is like, holy shit, that's expensive. And Gigi is like, hey, Okarun, let's play Smash later. And he's like, let's all play. And Turbo Granny is like, Momo, where's my motherfucking fluffy cushion? And she's like, I don't fucking know. Seiko is like, hey, Okarun, pass the soy sauce. And he passes the wrong soy sauce, and a drip falls out and narrowly misses Gigi. And she's like, wrong soy sauce, you fucking idiot. He's like, oh, sorry. And he passes the other soy sauce, and then it drips on Gigi, and he changes into Evil Eye and just fucking monster table flips everyone.
And everybody's like in the fucking air, and his clothes are being blown off, and it's hilarious. I thought this was this might be my favorite episode of Dan to Dan I've ever watched.
Well, you just wait till the next ones.
And how cute Momo and Okarun are. This show is so fucking good, dude.
I'm a fucking sucker, dude.
Yeah, you like the sappy stuff, but I like the action stuff. This is perfect for me. I would recommend this show to babies that don't understand. I just love it. I love the show so much.
Just chain watch the episode where Evil Eye is tied to the stake and gets
and just like
exploded.
Turning around in his fucking face.
Yeah, just show that to babies. It'll be great.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, dude. Like, besides it's good. Like, everything about it is good. The story is good. Characters, good. Animation, good. Like, I don't have any critiques about the anime at all. This is the perfect experience for these genres. Like, Dan to Dan is the yardstick that all other animes are measured to.
Yeah, 100%. I'm so glad I've experienced this show.
How they balance everything, like balance with the Okarun Momo romance, balance with the Gigi silliness, balance with the seriousness of like these spirits and like what fucking happened, right? Like, and then the balance with the adults having to like do something. Seiko and Manjiro, they're actually having like we have to talk business sometime. We can't all just fucking joke around. Like how they balance everything is so good. And it gets even better in the later episodes too. Like there's some hard, serious decisions that people have to make that gives Dan that contrast of like being super goofy, but you can't be goofy all the time, and we actually have to do something at some point.
Yeah. I gave the intro another chance, and I really like it. There's a lot of really good elements about that song in the intro. It's not Creepy Nuts, but it's right there.
All right. Well, that is it for us today. Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching. If you're watching on Spotify, the Anime Book Club podcast. You can find us on the Instagrams at the Anime Book Club podcast. You could also find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can also find us on the internet, World Wide Web, at theanimebookclub.com. And we'd like to thank IT Aesthetics for providing excellent shirts on excellent animes. And you can save 10% off using promo code TABC10 on checkout. And we would like to thank GamerSupps for providing us the energy we need to get through the show. And they can also provide you energy or not using DJ Montague at checkout for 10% off.
Twitch.tv/DJ Montague. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Are we ready for the mortal?
Yeah, I'm ready for the mortal.
Sorry, my tongue likes to get twisted, you know what I mean?
Oh, it likes to slurp and then glurp.
It's slurper glurpa time. Anyways, in our animes today, there was a really good part that Gen said. You can keep your goals focused while coming up with ways to have fun. Because Gen fails at that all the time. But you have to keep trying. And the moral is like, don't let your goals eclipse the moments you have right now enjoying the world. It's not hustle grind time all the time, my guy. Sometimes you need to just be able to enjoy what's going on around you, smell a flower or two, and have a nice day. Enjoy it. Take your time. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with others. And have a good time here on this earth. That's it.
Friends, thanks for joining us. We will see you next week. DJ Montague, go ahead and say the thing.
Oh, no. You have to say goodbye.
No.
Okay.
We flipped roles.
No. I love and appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Thank you guys for watching the stream as well. Greg, say the line.
No, you say the line.
Let's do it at the same time.
Okay. 3,
Right.
2, 1. Go.
Damn it. I was hoping you'd just go because of the lag over the internet. Goodbye. Your turn.
Goodbye.
All right. Thank you, friends, for checking out the Anime Book Club podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
And if you don't want to miss the next one, follow us on the socials where we announce new episodes, content, and other cool stuff. You can also check out our anime list with our rankings and follow along with what we're currently watching and what we have watched in the past.
All the links are in the description. See you in the next one. Bye!